afternoon, and we've been here since 4:30 in the morning. But these three bands were all coming up when I was coming up in radio, so I was there on their first CDs and all of their first tours, whether they came through Buffalo or New Orleans, and just seeing these guys over the years, and then me coming from the Niagara Falls area. I mean, Our Lady Peace, one of my favorite bands ever. I told you guys I traveled to Toronto to go see them. So in the middle, it was like New Year's Eve. I froze my balls off too. So I'm super excited. We've got the three lead singers. We've got the chief songwriters in the band. So we're ready to bring them out?
Ready.
All right, please, from the band Tonic, Emerson Hart, everybody. Come on. From Our Lady Peace, Rain Maida and Steve. And from Collective Soul and Roland, come on down.
Yeah!
Hi there.
Woo!
What are you doing wearing a Cubs hat? You're in Astros territory.
I know, right? From Chicago.
Still. Yeah, fair enough. That's a good answer, right? You're doing great.
After that long, you got it right, I think, to wear it. I appreciate it.
So everybody here will be at the show tonight. This is the first show
What show
on
is that?
this tour. The show that you are going to be at tonight. So it's the first time. Now, is this the first? You guys have probably all played at some point in a festival. I mean, do you guys all know each other personally?
Yeah, for sure.
Many shows.
I'm thinking over the years with festivals and radio shows, whatever, you guys must have come across each other's paths since the 90s, straight through. Is this the first time you guys have, the three of you, gone on tour together?
Yeah, that's for sure the first time.
Proper tour, yes.
Very good. So it's the first night, so we don't know exactly what to expect. I'll start with Emerson. Emerson, the band, I think Lemon Parade '96, right around there. And again, I was telling these guys to see you guys up, coming in through as a baby band. At that point, I was in New Orleans, and I know you guys had done some recording there afterwards.
Yeah, we did Sugar there. We got the second record.
Exactly, right. So when you start in '96, and I know the band was around for a little before that, do you see yourselves doing it for 20 years at that point? Because it's, 20 years now. Or 20, a little longer.
Yeah, no, not really. I mean, of course not. You don't know what's going to happen. I mean, we started out just going out to have fun, and I wrote a bunch of songs. We went out, we toured, and they started doing well. But I did not see 20 years down the road. I mean, I could barely see a year down the road.
Now, is there an acoustic version of the debut CD that you guys put out as like a 20th anniversary?
We did. We decided that, and that was an interesting experience. We wanted to re-release that record as the songs were written. So that was like a cool thing for me to go back in and be like, all right, that was a horrible lyric, but I'm going to sing it again. But it was interesting to revisit those songs just as I wrote them.
Do you write on the acoustic?
Mm-hmm.
What's interesting, we've got all the songwriters here. So, Rain, do you write on the acoustic? I mean, he's a poet, all right? So he's the lyric guy. But I mean, how do you write? Do you write with a guitar, with a piano?
A lot of times on the acoustic, but more so lately, four of us in a room. I think there's something to be said about getting back to like that, not the teen angst, but like that the buzz of being in a room playing rock and roll is, I don't know, it's infectious again to us, which is amazing.
Ed, is this stuff easy to strip down for the acoustic? Is this how your stuff was written as well?
I write whatever's in the room. Ukulele, I don't care. Yeah, not kidding.
I'm a big fan of your ukulele work, by the way.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to have Emerson lead off. What are you going to play for us today?
Well, it's 20 years, so I'm gonna play the big song off of that record because I love that one. If you could only see the way she loves me, maybe we'd understand why I feel this way about out of what I must do. If you could only see how blue her eyes can be when she said
Unbelievable. Well, we've got three, the lead singers, and we got the chief songwriters from the three-band bill tonight at the Sugarland Performing Arts Center. I want to welcome everybody out to the Gallery Furniture Live Theater. Tonight is the first night of the tour. Emerson, one last thing.
Yes.
Because the song you wanted more was such a big deal, like around American Pie. I don't know if you guys remember, but that song was featured. When you do a song like that, do you get invited to the premiere? Did you do red carpet and do any of that stuff? Were you involved in the movie at all?
Yeah, we did. Actually, they only gave me about a week. The guy called me because they were almost done with the film, and he goes, "Do you want to come down and look at a rough cut of it? Because we want, you to do a song for this." And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure, man." So I went down, and then I watched the movie, and I was like, "Okay, it involves relations with a pie." But that's, but anyway, so I went home and wrote the song and sent it to him the next day. This is kind of like a rough thing of it, and he was like, "This is great. We really want to use it." So it was great. And then to just meet all the people, and we had some of the kids in the video, and they're good folks, man. Good folks.
Ed, we played Gel the other day, and I was telling people that it was on the Jerky Boys movie soundtrack, and there was a couple people in the room with me who didn't know that Jerky Boys made a movie. Did you get to work with the guys at all, or was that just a song that wound up on the CD?
The song that just wound up.
Yeah.
We didn't know who the Turkey Boys. We were Southern, so we didn't know the Northeastern part of the culture yet.
So did you hear their stuff after the song was on,
Yeah,
on the album?
We met the guys. They were great guys.
Yeah.
And, it was an honor to be a part of it.
Ray Maida from Our Lady Peace. I've been a big fan for a long, long time. I told these guys, I said, way back when I was living in Buffalo, I said, I literally got on a train, went to Toronto, froze my ass off. You guys played a New Year's Eve show downtown Toronto, and I was at that show.
Awful.
So it was so cold.
Where'd you freeze your ass off, Buffalo or Toronto?
Toronto, yeah. At least there was a little heat on the train on the way up there, but oh my God, it was the coldest day. It was the coldest day in Canada. You guys were playing outside.
I remember that.
It was nasty.
It was terrible.
So let me ask you, just coming from Canada, is it the design in the beginning, or is there a game plan, or is there a strategy to say, hey, we gotta not only conquer our country, but we gotta conquer the United States? It's very tough for some of these Canadian bands to break through. For every one of you, or 3 Days Grace, or Nickelback, believe it or not, there's a million Tragically Hips and Lowest of the Low that don't really seem to kind of like break over, and it's just right there. I mean, you're the hat of our country. You're right there. The borders are wide open, but it seems difficult for some of these Canadian bands to really kind of take a foothold here in the States.
I mean, we literally just hopped on our bus and needed to keep driving. So I think going south, obviously crossing the border, and we probably I think we toured the U.S. 4 times on our first record to be, and I think that helped because it just showed the commitment to building the fan base down here, and I think that's how, as a rock band, that's how you prove yourself. Radio's great, obviously you love all that stuff and MTV and everything, but live is where we kind of define ourselves. So it was touring. That was it.
Awesome. What are you gonna play for us today?
We're gonna do Clumsy.
Away the radio, suitcase keeps you away. Behind the telephone in case you realize that sometimes it's just not okay. You level up, it's not alright now. You need to understand nothing strange about this. You need to know your friends. You need to know that I'll be waving my hand, watching you drown, watching you scream, quiet on loud. Maybe you should sleep, and maybe you just need a friend as clumsy as you've been. No one laughing and you will be safe in here. Oh, and you will be safe in here. The way is very old shoelace that tripped you again. Try and shrug it off, shrug it off, shrug it off. It's so risky and now you need to understand. There's nothing fake about this. You need to let me watching you and I'll be waving my hand, watching you drown, watching you scream. No one's around. And maybe you should sleep, and maybe you just leave. Not friend, clumsy as you've been. No one's laughing, and you will be safe in here. Oh, and you will be safe. And I'll be waving my hand, watching you drown, watching you scream, quiet all loud. Maybe you should sleep, and maybe you just leave. Not real, clumsy as you've been. Now I'm laughing. You will be safe in here. No, and you will be safe in here. Now you will be safe in here. In here.
That's fantastic. And that's Steve on the end. Hey, Steve.
Hello.
Thanks for coming, Steve. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Listen, we have a question here from Anna Smith. Where's Anna Smith? Okay, so she was. We'll just kind of go down the row on this. It says your favorite and I don't know how you're gonna handle this. Your favorite and your least favorite city to perform in, or maybe a venue.
Man, I don't really have a least favorite city.
Like maybe when you go home. I mean, playing in front of the hometown crowd, is that special for you?
I mean, probably my.
We won't tell them.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love playing in Nashville. Yeah, it's great.
Sure.
It's always fun. I think one of my favorite cities is probably Amsterdam. I love Paradiso. The theater there is always fantastic. That'd
Awesome.
be my favorite.
Ed?
I think in the States, Red Rocks.
Oh, yeah.
That's always a fun one.
I mean, that's got to be on everybody's bucket list to go see at least one show on Red Rocks. I mean, if you grew up, watching MTV and seeing U2, it was like, oh my God, does that place even exist here in the United States? It looked like something that was just on another planet, Rain.
Does.
Yeah, right. Rain, favorite place to play? A least favorite place to play? Venue?
Least favorite is I still don't like playing in Los Angeles. I'm not sure why.
We don't mind that.
Yeah, it's just not fun. There's something there's so many great musicians there, and there's so much talent, and then I get so hyped for a show, and then it always falls short of every other city in the world.
You have a favorite?
Steve?
It's funny, I was thinking of the least favorite as well.
At least?
I'm in a negative mood, I guess.
Sure, take that.
I can say it.
We got in late last night.
I can say it because I'm from there, I guess. I'm from the Detroit area, and that Royal Oak Music Theater.
Yeah,
And,
that's
we go home,
yeah.
it's my hometown, I'm psyched to play, and that place sounds like shit. I'm all excited, my friends, family are all there, and I don't think any of us could hear anything the whole night. It was awful, and and that's a bummer, But every other place rules.
Sure. So that's not going to be a problem tonight. This is a brand new venue out in Sugar Land. It's the Sugar Land Performing Arts Center. Is that right? Sugar Land? Smart Financial Center at Sugar Land. That's what it is. And it's incredible.
It's a beautiful venue.
It's a
too.
beautiful venue.
It's awesome.
We did like a hard hat tour like before, and they literally thought of everything, okay? If you want to wash your panties after the show, they got washing machines and dryers. They got everything.
Can we wash other people's panties there?
Yes, of course. All of them that are going to be thrown up there. The girls are going to throw their panties on the stage tonight. Ed Rowland from Collective Soul. Boy, you guys had a run like I had never seen. I want to say maybe the most band played on rock radio in the 90s. It was a hit after a hit after a hit. You couldn't not write a hit. You were just in such a groove. And I'll go back to when Shine came out. Before, guys on the radio, like we used to kind of possess knowledge that you guys didn't know. So we would tell you these things on the radio. Well, now you guys have all the same information that we do with the internet and everything. And in most cases, you guys know more than us. But I never, ever since, maybe Alanis Morissette you want to know, but I want to say Shine, I never saw the phones light up for a song like that. It was, but you know that song really hit hard. It just was such a massive hit. People couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah, it kind of took off unexpectedly. We did it independently. And
Well, okay, that's a funny story.
We had
As like the OG independent.
Yeah.
But you wrote that song and it took off. You didn't really have a band together at the time, if I remember the story correct.
Nah, we was recording in the basement on an 8-track recorder, and I played drums on the drum machine going. It was just me hanging out, being weird in the basement.
So what do we hear? So what's on the album, and then what we hear on the radio? It's not that version.
Yeah, it's the same version. That whole first record's just demos I made in the basement.
It's the 8-track version that we still play to this day.
Correct.
That's unbelievable. So it wasn't. The record company said we want it as is. Don't touch it. Don't mess with it. This is what we want.
Well, we thought we got signed and we got to go in and make a record, and then they just threw us on the road, and we're like, we thought we got to make a record. We're like, no, it's already got traction. So that's why our second one came out so quick. We did the second one while we were on the road, so it came out 8 months after the first one was released, because we felt a little cheated, because it truly wasn't a band on the first one. It was just some weird Southern hillbilly in a basement.
And then you grabbed your brother, put together the band, did the whole
Yeah,
thing.
they had a band, so I was like, hey guys, I think this is happening. Can I be the lead singer and play my songs?
That's
And they
awesome.
were like, cool.
What are you going to play for us today?
I'm going to be bold. I'm going to play something you've never heard.
Okay, do it.
It'll be on the next record next year. Yeah. So it's called Rule Number 1. It's only love if it hurts. Bow down low, face in the dirt. It's only love if we're scared. Hop that train to God knows where. It's only love. Should we change? It's only love. Should we choose to stay the same? It's only love. If we feel, it's only love. If we're real, it's only love. If we cross borders of emotion we know have been lost, it's only love. If we fear happiness, hurts as much as it tears. It's only love. Should we change? It's only love. Should we choose to stay the same? It's only love. If we feel, it's only love. If we're real down dirty in life's still swirling and God's out surfing and we're left learning to love. Learning to love. It's only love. Should we change? It's only love. Should we choose to stay the same? It's only love. If we feel, it's only love. Love. It's only love. Should we change? It's only love. Should we choose to stay the same? It's only love. If we feel, it's only love. Love. If we're real.
Really special today. We've never done anything like this, and we've been doing these live performances for a long time. This is now the Gallery Furniture Live Theater, but we've never had like all three bands come through and play and talk and chat up on the day of their show, which is pretty incredible. So one more time, please, Emerson Hart of Tonic. Tickets still available, and you know, listen, everybody was great today, and I don't want to play favorites, but Ed's sock game maybe gets the daff right there. Ed's sock game, maybe.
It's strong. It's very strong.
It was Father's Day yesterday.
Sock game is the one. Oh, now we got competition.
Sneaky sock game over here.
All right, thank you guys so much, man. We're really looking forward to the show tonight. Again, one more time for the guys. We're going to give you guys